Live.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
It's Time Warp live at TWL. Yay. I'm excited about it because I am so excited about the show. But we have got Pyrex, all you Pyrex
Palooza.
all you Pyrex collectors, all you people who are crazy passionate over Pyrex. This is your show. We can hear pretty good, so that's good to know. And it looks like, oh, wow, we look great. Look at this. Sam, we have to look at ourselves. Anyways, we've got two great guests who are going to be talking about this Pyrex, and we've got, so that I say their name correctly, we've got Ashley Hafer, who is the organizer of the Clair Shores, the Michigan Vintage Pyrex Swap. That is happening this Saturday, and it's going to be happening at the VFW Hall right here in Clair Shores on Jefferson, and I can give you that address in a few minutes.
It's the Bruce Post.
The Bruce Post, yep. And it's crazy times. I'm going to tell you, she's had this for how many years? 7 years now, and the spillover that we get is crazy. So I thought, what better way to thank her for that is to have her on the show, because those of you who don't understand what a Pyrex swap is, you will after this show is over. But until then, let me tell you, we had a great weekend, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We did something that was a little bit out of Steve's comfort.
It certainly was.
But right in my wheelhouse, that's for sure, is right?
He was dancing in the streets quite literally.
I was, quite literally. Quite literally. Let me tell you. And I was. So he'll bring up an image in a few minutes about it, showing some of the pictures from it. But I want to thank Dave Marchione and Paul. Dave Marchione for hooking us up with Paul, who gave us the bubble gunner for the bubble gunner van for the parade. If you don't know what that is, if you haven't seen it around Clair Shores, you're missing out, because it is an exact replica of a 1970s bubble gunner.
It's a 77 Dodge van, customized.
Correct.
Shag carpet throughout, and a paint job that is just unbelievable, right down to the rat fink on the roof. The roof,
I know. So any helicopters went over would have seen it. But we had the Detroit pinup culture there, who we have, and we had 4 of the most beautiful pinup girls jumping around, meeting with people along the.
That was a festive occasion.
I'm tongue-tied because I couldn't believe how many people were there.
Well, we've never been to the Memorial Day parade. We've been in Clair Shores for 15 years, but we've never been to the parade, and it was something else. They bill it as the largest Memorial Day parade in the country.
Midwest, if not the country. Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised, because
I was
driving that van down Harper in the middle of the street, and the crowds were coming off the curb into the street, and it was
crazy. But I want to thank,
it was fun.
Lana Lenore, Shelley Galore, Victoria Starr, and Audrey Hepcat for being the 4 girls that represented not only TWL and Time Warp Vintage, but the Detroit pinup culture, which we are working hard to make huge, so that way we see a beautiful pinup girl next to every car at every car show that you see, because that's what we want. And that ties right in with our show with Pyrex, because if you watched the Marvelous Miss Maisel, the very first episode, she was going after her pink Pyrex, so it's a lot of fun. So,
which I should add, if I'm not mistaken, was not accurately correct in terms.
You found a Pyrex.
Didn't come out for about 2 years after the time the show was supposed to have been taking place.
He did find that. He found that. Did you see that too?
I actually Googled it. I was like, that didn't come out to 2 years later.
But that's okay. At least you had it in there, and at least you showed some love to the Pyrex. Did you throw up that picture yet?
Yes.
You did. Okay, so you saw the picture of the memorial. There'll be more pictures at the end of the show of me dancing in the streets, and I literally memorial parade of me dancing in the streets, literally, with Victoria Starr, Victory Starr, and it was a lot of fun. I have a 12-minute video that will never be seen. How's that?
Hey, you carried your own.
And
the girls were terrific. They were so gracious to everybody. They looked great. They were just vibrant. They were it was a great time.
Rachel Fisher says she's so excited about being there on Saturday. So we're getting people who love it. I love that. And you know what? Comment, you guys, because I will read your comments off. I will answer. We've got experts here. We've got people who collect here. They can answer your questions as well. So, anyways, we're going to do a little swap. We're going to, well, speaking of swap, we're going to put Steve in that chair and we're going to bring over Ashley. Come on. So a little bit of a transition here. Ashley, hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good. So Ashley, can you see Steve okay in the shot as well?
1 second.
Okay.
If you need to.
Look at your ring. Look at these rings and bracelets. I'm already dying. These are beautiful.
Thank you.
So Ashley, you run the swap. You run the Pyrex.
Yes, I do. I'm one of the administrators for the Michigan Vintage Pyrex Collectors Facebook page,
which has 2,600 people on it. I did my research. And so it should, by this time next week, I'm hoping to see another 10.
I've actually,
Thousand.
so actually
That's what I meant.
last Friday, I was featured in the Detroit Free Press and Detroit News. They did an article on my collecting.
Awesome.
So I've been adding about 25, 30 new members every day since then.
So let me ask
we
you,
are growing.
do you have in your house somewhere, like I've seen pictures where they have the cabinets up and it's all Pyrex?
All over my entire house.
All of your, we may have to come to your house and do a show.
Yeah, I just said that would be a lot easier if you guys could have just came to my house.
Well, I wasn't sure, but you know what? Next time
In
we
the
will.
future, yeah.
Absolutely,
Definitely.
because we see these pictures that pop up on Facebook about people's collections and stuff, and they're awe-inspiring.
And actually, that's how I got inspired. I think it was like the end of 2013, 2014.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure everybody's familiar with the Mid-Century Modern Kitsch Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
It was like in its infancy. I think there was only about 6,000 members then.
Right.
And a post came through, and it was by a collector called Van Pyrex, and it was a beautiful wall of Pyrex. And my jaw dropped, and I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna do that."
I also love Van Pyrex.
Yeah, see, she's known. She's a huge collector, and
you did it.
And I did it, and I just started going to garage sales and flea markets and
just start picking up what you love.
Yes, and back then it was very affordable. I mean, I was buying stuff for $1 at the thrift stores.
Oh, yeah.
And that's actually how I met my friend Jessica over here.
Which you guys will meet here soon.
Yes.
Now, you see Steve out and about.
Almost every week, right?
Probably.
I do.
Although I got tunnel vision usually. I don't notice those around me.
Well, I'm
just
noticing you
looking.
because I know you're going to buy the same stuff I do.
I get that a lot.
Luckily,
I get
most of
that
the
a
time
lot.
I see you buying like car things and more like,
Well,
you know.
I
know, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, you have a whole store to fill. I'm trying to find like my treasures.
But I do want to ask: has Van Pyrex, has they ever acknowledged your collection or seen?
Oh yeah, so we're friends on Instagram together.
That's
and I've talked to her a
fantastic.
few
It's
times.
a
Yeah.
great way to come full circle.
Yes.
When you realize that somebody that you were envious of and wanted to emulate, in the end, you're
She's probably envious of you.
Definitely.
Contemporary.
She's a very high-end seeker of the more rare pieces.
Oh, is
so
she?
she sold most of her regular things. So she just has a lot of nice, very nice pieces.
So I have to point out, show your earrings. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't that fantastic? I love it.
Etsy.
Earrings.
I don't know exact name, but there's quite a few shops that sell them.
Yes,
so.
there is. So tell me, the swap used to be at your house, actually.
Yes.
And this is the first year that it's going to be at the VFW?
Yes. So let me go back. I think
Mhm.
the first swap I attended was 2015.
Mhm.
It was up in Flint, Michigan.
Right.
And I ended up getting to meet a lot of the girls that I had been talking to on our Facebook page, collecting
Mhm.
there. And we became best friends. And a year or two later, I said, why can't we just do this in my yard? It's big, and there's only like 15.
Right.
There's 15 or 20 of us at this time.
Right.
And everybody's like, yeah, let's have a little barbecue.
Yeah, make it
We
fit
all
like
brought, a card table's worth of Pyrex.
Mhm.
Everybody traded. We were completing each other's sets. And as the years started going on, I mean, this just started getting very crazy. And lots of people started joining the groups. The prices started going up. And I think a lot of like Mad Men TV show, you're talking about Miss Maisel,
Right.
things like that started really putting it back into like people's eyes.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden our Facebook groups are blowing up, and then people coming to my house, it started to get like 30 or 40 people wanted to set up. The last time I had it at my house, I had 72 vendors.
Wow. And how many do you have this year?
So this year, because we're at the VFW post and it's a limited space, we have over 40 vendors.
Over 40?
Yes.
Can you do it outside as well?
They offered that to me. I wasn't sure how the reception was going to be because everybody loved how I had it at my home. So next year we might look into also doing the pavilion and stuff outside.
Getting carryover.
Or I was thinking even somewhere bigger it might have to be.
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I did sell the tables out within like a month.
Yeah,
much.
and you were probably being asked over and over again because people were actually calling us to ask
yes.
if we can get
I was getting phone calls up until today.
Yeah.
Do I have more vendor space? So I definitely could expand.
Well, that's exciting. So in the future, look for it being a bigger event.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it cozy this year because it's new. We're all a little nervous because this was also the first year I had to charge people. Because I had to pay to rent this. So this event has been completely free at my home for all these years. Oh. Free for all the vendors to set up, free admission for everybody. So this year I did have to rent the hall. We did charge $15 a table, but it's still free admission to the public.
I was going to ask. It's free admission to the public.
Yeah, this is about our community, about getting together. This is not about making money.
No.
To me at all.
And it's something you enjoy.
This is my life.
I love that.
It really is. From the minute I wake up in the morning till I go to bed, I'm constantly checking things. I'm hunting. I mean, I go garage sailing, thrifting and stuff. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Because this isn't the only show you run, right? You do the glass show as well,
I'm also a member of the Michigan Depression Glass Society. I've been a member now 3 or 4 years. And we do a giant show in Dearborn, Michigan. It's the first weekend in November, and I set up there as well. And there's actually 20 vendors from across the United States that specialize in a variety of glass,
of different
not just
types
Pyrex.
Of glass.
But there, we're known as the Pyrex girls,
right?
Because
Absolutely.
we bring a lot.
And I know we're going to walk over there in a few minutes, and you're going to show us some Pyrex from all over the world, as well as some rare pieces. But tell me, Pyrex has morphed and changed over time, has it not?
Yes. So actually, Pyrex started in 1915, and the story goes, one of the people that was working at the plant, he brought home some clear glass for his wife to bake in to see how it would go. And she said, wow, like this is so amazing. She can see in the bottom of it, like that it's cooking.
That it's cooking.
Yeah, because Pyrex glass isn't just for baking. They were making things for like car batteries in like the early 1900s. Beakers for milking cows, the big glass things like that. Lighthouse lenses.
Oh wow!
They have their hand. It's glass.
A little bit of everything.
You could have made it glass. But after that, it turned into very known for the home cookware.
For the home
cookware. Like the pottery industry, how it started out as utilitarian and commercial grade.
Right.
Correct.
And it evolved into decorative.
Apparently, everything starts out that way.
Yes,
for the most part,
as needs and everyday uses, and it becomes decorative.
Exactly.
It is. Yeah.
So there is a difference between vintage Pyrex and new Pyrex.
Yes. So I believe it was in the 1980s they had to stop making the opal Pyrex, is what it's called, the white milk glass that you see, mostly because of EPA standard, pollution. And now a lot of it's just clear glass.
Clear glass.
So during the 90s, they did try to figure out ways to recreate the milk glass, and they were never successful
because it's not the most environmentally safe, whereas the newer stuff is. And then
when you say that, you mean in the production of?
Yes. Yeah, the different chemicals and stuff they use. So like for example, when a lot of people collect uranium glass because it glows, it's the special chemicals that they use in there in the production of it.
Right.
Not good for you guys to breathe in.
So, and we talked about it, Corelle, or Corning is the mother.
Correct. Corning is like the mothership. Underneath their umbrella, they own Pyrex, Corelle, and Corningware. And you'll notice in a lot of the patterns, they can be available in all 3 of those companies.
Right. Why don't we walk over there? Why don't we take a walk? What we're going to do is we're going to throw up just a grid of patterns up as we transition over. And why don't we take a walk over there? And
as you guys see the grid of patterns, pick out which one you grew up with.
Yes, please do.
Yes, comment what grandma had.
Because those 2 pieces right there, you guys ate off of one of those plates.
Yes, you did.
Absolutely.
Yes, you did.
Everybody did.
So I'm going to pull this up for you because I have my mic on. Is this good right here?
Beautiful.
Can you each say something? Say hi or introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Jessica Gertel.
She helps me organize the swap, and she's one of my best friend collectors.
And I work here at Time Work. I'm also a baby Pyrex collector myself.
And you all know
I have a few
Nikki.
pieces.
So good sound?
Beautiful.
Very good.
Fantastic.
So, and I love it because I have to do this while people are watching because they see that we are human and not just faces behind a
Exactly.
screen, right?
And before we get started, I do want to say Jessica is here helping me. She is one of the organizers, but I also have 3 other very important organizers I would like to shout out.
Yes, please.
First is my sister. My sister, her name is Cheryl,
Mhm.
and we have been collecting together. So all these adventures
That's
we
fun.
do, every week we go garage sailing. We've traveled across, all Michigan
Or you
looking
can
for these
stand right here.
things. And then my other 2 best friends that I actually met in the Michigan Vintage Pyrex Collectors group, Sam Flores and Emily Pancheco, and they've helped me do this all these years too. So
I love that. So it's a family affair.
they're literally my best friends.
Yeah.
Part of our family.
Yep.
I mean, we've done, unfortunately, funerals together,
Mhm.
weddings together, births together.
Which
our
makes them all
members,
family.
They're our family.
Exactly. And they share the same love you have.
Oh, yes.
I
Okay.
like to call them enablers.
So as you guys see, we have a plethora of eye candy here for you to see. From the stretch bases, swung bases,
Which will be at the swap.
which will be at
Lots
the
of-
swap as well.
Yep.
And then we have from everyday to rare Pyrex, from American to European,
Yep.
to Australian,
Yes.
to Mexico. Are those all the countries we have shown right
And
here?
Brazil.
And Brazil. Oh, which one's Brazil?
These little guys right here.
These little guys are Brazil.
Yeah.
I love that, the snowflake and stuff. So as we talk about a few of these, I will bring them closer to the camera.
Perfect.
We have now. I am going to tell you, watchers here, not everything on this table will be at the Pyrex swap. Some of this stuff, a few pieces are available here, but 99% of this, I don't know. Why do you take this to the Pyrex swap?
So most of these are my personal collection.
Okay,
but
so
I guarantee you'll find stuff like this.
You'll find stuff like this because she brought in some stuff to show you that you probably will never see again, like the warming plate. But
you guys do a section at the shop that's just like the museum table where
Yes,
you have things on
actually,
display,
great
but not.
question. Yeah,
Mhm.
great
Okay.
question. It's called a rare table.
Nice.
Don't touch, you die.
There's a sign that says that.
That's a sign. And a lot
We
of the
need one of
collectors are very generous, and they bring these pieces and allow the public to see them, because a lot of these, there might be only 10 of them known to exist. So we'd like we're passionate about this. We want people
Right.
to see them. It's
absolutely.
no matter if it's worth $10,000, it's still just a dish, and we want to share. We want to
Right,
share
exactly.
But not
It's-
everybody
she
gets
gave me a
chance
button.
to see that
Right.
anywhere else.
Right.
And that's not an
awesome.
arbitrary number. $10,000. There are pieces that go for that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, absolutely.
But we saw one that they found in Florida
That was
at an
the-
estate sale.
That was the turquoise sunflower.
Turquoise, and it went
Yeah.
for like 12 grand.
Our friend bought it.
Oh, really? In the box, right? It was in the box.
Wow.
Still,
Shout out Jacob.
maybe not. Oh, I thought it was. Was it in the box or not?
I don't think it was in the
No.
box.
But still, it was one that somebody brought home, right?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
they had an offer of $10,000. They declined it. They put it on eBay. It went for 12.
It got more.
And, well, yeah, but
Then they
after
have to
the
pay their
cost,
cost
they got
for that.
less than the
Yeah.
10
Right.
they originally
Oh,
offered.
But that's
That
okay.
is now
Your
a
friend
bigger
got
deal.
it and probably loves it.
That's the
Yes.
danger of selling online.
I
So-
will tell you, actually, 2 rare pieces that were found in
Uh-huh.
Michigan, well, not last year, maybe the year before.
Mhm.
A woman that does estate sales up north found a Lucky in Love and a Butterprint Space Saver, which are 2 holy grail crazy items at the same house.
Was it blue? Butterprint?
It's a space saver. It's like the lasagna pan shape.
Oh, yeah. That you would
butter-
put.
Yeah. So
Oh.
fun. There's a book. It was written by Barbara Mozzie. I don't know if
Mhm.
I'm saying it correctly. It's an older book from the 70s and 80s. And on the cover is one of those Butterprint space savers. So it's never surfaced.
Wow.
So somebody owned it then. She got photos of it for the book. Nobody's ever found it. And this woman found the alternate coloration of that
Wow.
with a Lucky in Love, which is, if
Somebody.
you guys don't know, it's got hearts and clovers on it, and it's a holy grail item, and they go for about $10,000.
It's super
That's
cute,
crazy.
that pattern.
Yes.
All right. So, what's your favorite piece on the table? And let's start with that,
So I brought my favorite pattern.
which is
I didn't know if I brought it in here or brought it, but
Is it the-
Butterprint is my favorite pattern.
the blue.
Yes.
Yep.
I love it. I don't know why. I've always been drawn to it.
Classic.
It is.
It is.
I don't
That
care
is the
how many
number
I
one
found.
pattern overall, isn't it?
It's probably one of them. I don't care how many I found. I still go, ooh, when I'm at the thrift store or garage sale or flea market. I'm still so excited.
And they come in the refrigerator containers too.
Yes, they do.
And I bet you have those too, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
And
Do you
they're
have like daily drivers that you serve on,
Let
and
me
then
show.
other ones that are just like cabinet pieces?
So this is the
Okay.
blue butter print. Is that good?
Yep.
This is the blue butter print. That is one of her favorites.
Now, one thing to kind of add off of in regards to having like our daily Pyrex or like your daily car or driver, with Pyrex, it's really important to not put it in dishwasher.
No,
because
yeah, absolutely.
It's dishwasher damaged, or as we call it, DWD. So
Mhm.
it's very
It's an
important. Like,
inside term.
yeah. So if I have a piece that I love, but it's dishwasher damaged, that's what I'm going to be using for my serving pieces, right?
Okay.
Keep my pristine collection.
Yeah.
So I got to tell you,
Hand wash only
Hand wash
on
only,
the really
exactly.
good pieces.
I got to tell you a little story. We saw something on Marketplace that said rare Pyrex, rare pink Pyrex on Marketplace. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, because you know how when you look at something, you're like rare pink. And so I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's red somebody threw into a dishwasher.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because it was starting to fade and you could see the miscolorization on it when it starts to fade, meaning that the color starts to fade off from it. And it made it a lighter red, a
Right.
pink. So, and somebody thought it was pink Pyrex.
You'll also see that with the friendship pattern, which
Uh-huh.
is like the red birds and the orange flowers,
Right.
where
Mhm.
when that's being put through the dishwasher, only some of the colors are peeling from it
Right.
and fading. So people are thinking that those are rares or misprints as well.
And they're
but
not. Yeah.
usually it's just that one color just did not take to the heat of the dishwasher.
You know, it's funny because it happens with a lot of things besides just
Right.
the
Right.
Pyrex or kitchenware, that things like that can
Yeah.
happen.
I will make a note right now that red and pink are like the hardest hit colors. A
Mhm.
lot of the times they get damaged
Yeah.
very easy.
Mhm.
It has to do with something in the paint they used.
It's more like flat
It is-
almost, it
I
seems.
worked in the paint industry for 20
Red
years.
is a hard
and
color to
red,
paint.
purple, yellow always faded. Outside, inside, it's a more saturated
Yes.
pigment, and it
And
washes
you can
out
tell
fastest.
when a lot of people, picking up little red Friggies like this. This is a Friggie, a 501 size.
I love them.
They come in a lot of different color variations, and some people try to pass that off as rare. No, it's just
No.
like she said. It's
Washed
very
out.
hard to do
Yeah.
to make the red color, and they couldn't get them exact.
So, but since you talked about butter print, let's talk about butter print.
Okay,
So this is the one that you can find more often around.
this is a standard issue colorway. It was available for purchase through stores, maybe like a Macy's, like a
Mhm.
Farmer Jack, a Meijer, something like that back then.
Does that come in besides this one, does that come in any other color?
It also comes in pink.
Yeah, I have
But-
seen it in
Oh,
pink.
wow.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
did not know that.
So what's interesting though is through this SNH stamp program,
hmm
you might need to be a little bit older to know or remember what this is. When you went grocery shopping, you could collect stamps, fill up books,
hmm
and send them into the mail to get free items. So the first ones that Pyrex
Yeah.
would allow you to get for your stamps was the primary set, which is the
Mhm.
first
I didn't have one.
colorful Pyrex set that was available. It's yellow, green, red, and blue.
Mhm.
It came in a mixing bowl set and it came in a refrigerator set.
Oh, just the mixing bowl and refrigerator. It
That's
didn't
all-
come in a Cinderella.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, well, while
I
we're
was
talking
gonna
about
say,
it,
I was gonna say.
the Cinderella, it has handles.
hmm
So this term came out sometime in the 50s.
Mhm.
From what I've read, it was some kind of marketing
Oh, okay.
idea. So as you can see with the mixing bowl, no handles.
Mhm.
Cinderella bowl has a handle, and this is the spout for you to pour your
Pour your-
batter or
yep.
whatever you were making with it.
Is that also like a transition from them just being mixing bowls in the kitchen to taking it to the
Display.
table to serve, like you've done a nice salad or something, so
I
you're
would
carrying it more to
I would
think
so.
presentation style?
And then instead of storing it in that, you're going to dump it into a Tupperware or something
Correct.
to.
or
Yeah.
refrigerator box
Yeah.
for leftovers.
So,
That was the first sets you
Yep.
could get with the stamp program. So Butterprint came out, I think, in the 50s into the 60s. The primary set came out in the 30s and the 40s. So later on in the program, they had
the
orange
pump.
Butterprint, pumpkin or
Mhm.
orange as it's called. This
I'll
is a
show you
gorgeous
guys.
set.
I'm cringing.
I know.
I
I'm
know.
holding her up. Stop reading. It's like,
We're
oh,
all
Stop.
cringing.
clutching pearls, clutching pearls.
I don't have any pearls.
Just take one over there.
They're overreacting.
So it's just a bowl, right?
No, I know.
It's just a mix.
It's a bowl that's it's an expensive bowl.
So why? So he just said it's expensive. Well, why it's expensive was the only way you could get this set was to send your stamps in.
The special mail order only
Correct.
Go to the
Versus
department
something
store
that,
and buy.
right?
Okay.
Something you
Mhm.
could get for a shower.
Cool.
Pyrex was, they did a lot of marketing in magazines. Great wedding shower gifts.
Yeah.
So you'll
Still
see,
are.
yes.
Yes.
Still are.
Right. So is it still as enviable then? Like, were you the talk of the town if you got like the limited
yeah.
edition colors and oh my god, she
And-
saved her stamps and I want those and
And they brought out so many patterns and promotional items.
Mhm.
A promo item I'm talking about, like this is a collection. There's a mixing bowl set, there's a Cinderella set, there's a refrigerator set, there's a casserole set. A promotional item usually was something
Just
that
the one.
only
piece.
had one dish and had
Mhm.
one pattern on it. This is a great example. This is the balloon set,
Let me hold it up there for him.
which is Jessica's
Yeah.
favorite pattern.
So this is my special piece. This is the large
Can you see
version
it?
of the chip and dip set. So when you were
I was
talking
going to say, I
about
thought it
with
was,
the handles
yep.
being usable,
Mhm.
easy for serving, and more of like a display piece that you would set
Sure.
out for your guests when they
Mhm.
came over. I was lucky to find this one for $6 full.
wow, look at
Recent,
you.
relatively recent.
So can I ask you, would it have the dip part and the
Yeah,
connector?
That is correct.
Okay.
So I did recently find the dip.
You need the
to it, but I
connector.
do not have
The
the
holder.
bracket.
Mhm.
That would be the holder. But I did complete my little set of my promotional balloons.
And I'd love to show you one, but I don't have one.
So the brackets that she's talking about, it's like a little piece of metal that would hold the dip set. The brackets alone can go for about $100.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because think about it, in grandma's house, how many times does it get shoved into
Oh,
a
yeah.
drawer?
The cabinet.
And no one,
Yeah.
no one knows
Yeah.
what
No
it
one
went.
knows what it is.
Yeah. Especially when the kids come over and they take it off so that it
Right,
doesn't get
right.
broken and set it aside.
But so many
Yeah.
estate sales, people are going through the cupboards, they'll find the bowls. They'll never even think that, hey, this
Mhm.
little hunk of metal is a very important piece.
Mhm.
It's very good that you say that, because one of the things we do here is that Steve does is he buys pieces. And we sell pieces, like just
Right.
lids and just those and
Parts
just that
and
type of
parts.
thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The arts and parts. Yep. So, check your local vintage stores.
Yeah, and that's a great aisle to look at the thrift store where all the
Mhm.
little utensils
Yep.
are always thrown into a bin, or when you're at a garage sale and there's a box. Utensils, 50 cents. You'll be surprised. You might be able to find the little pieces.
Yeah, because
And like I said, the piece alone is worth about as much
Yeah.
as the bowl, if not more.
Well, and that really completes it because it helped, like it sets so that the dip is above
Exactly.
like
Yep.
the chips,
Mhm.
but
and they don't,
that's cool.
most people won't know what it's for.
Yeah.
So it'll get put into like a tool thing or
Yeah.
inside of a
Just get separated.
yeah,
Stored in
separated.
places, and that's
So keep an eye out for those, because that's a good thing to come across.
And if you can't wait, there are some people on Etsy and some of the
That you
Pyrex
can buy
groups
them
that you
from.
can buy a repop version of
But
it.
even
Oh,
a
okay.
reproduction is still
It'll still
running
work.
at $60.
Sure.
So-
But the functionality,
Yeah.
it's nice to have if you can't
Absolutely.
find your old
Absolutely.
piece. It's a placeholder.
So there was no other bowls or dishes, because I know Pyrex makes dishes and stuff like that have the balloon
is
on it.
Correct. It
So
was
that
just
is
the chip
solely
and the
that.
set. Yes.
Correct.
For having a balloon
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
Yep.
We could talk about this too. This
Yeah,
is called
absolutely.
arches. Now this is actually a very strange shape. It's actually kind of known as like a bean pot shape. It has, see how weird the handles are? Not your typical Cinderella handles.
See, I thought that was classic.
No, that's
No, it's Pyrex. It states it right here.
And it came in a
Yep.
smaller version with the alternate color,
Mhm.
and that's it. Those
So-
are the only ones it came in.
I'm going to tell you, Andy Shoeless, I know you're watching, this would fit beautifully in your bathroom, because he's got these on his
Very
wall.
mod,
Because he needs
very
bowls
mod.
in his bathroom.
Mhm. Well, he'd put it in there because it matches his wallpaper.
Soap dish.
It's hilarious. I love it. This is fantastic,
You put potpourri in it. In your
So this would
bathroom,
come with a
little
lid.
plant.
right?
Actually,
No?
it did not come with the lid.
It did not come with the lid. So this is exactly what you would have gotten when you bought it
Yep.
new. Are there lids that fit it, do you think?
So
or
the fun thing is a lot of Corningware, which we
Mhm.
have a little piece right here.
Yep.
It's not Pyrex, it's Corningware.
This here,
but
right?
It's made by the same
Yep.
company.
Like the Spice of Life and the stuff like
Yes,
that.
Yep, the
Yep.
blue corn flour, very common.
Mhm.
I'm sure everybody has one of these at home in your cupboards right now.
And they're not $10,000 like Facebook says.
No, they're not. But there's so many different sizes of those made.
Yeah.
And the lids are actually Pyrex glass lids, and you can usually find them to fit on other dishes.
Yeah. And we
So,
carry just lids here.
very important, just the lids.
Mm-hmm. So you have, so we talked about him.
Yeah.
I said him because of his color for some reason. So, and the
You can
balloons.
identify as a him. That's fine.
Right. So striped and polka dots. People look for the striped and polka dots. Do you think they're just as popular today as they always have been? More. Because you know what? For a while there, we were finding striped and polka dotted. And when
But for a while there, we were all finding.
yeah,
everything.
we were.
We were.
And these are the stripes. These are the striped ones.
But we
The
didn't
only
know
two I have.
when we found those. You didn't know they
Yep.
were as desirable now.
And I have no
in
polka
the past
dot.
couple of years, I said, "Oh yeah, you can't get those."
Okay,
in
let's
nice
talk about-
condition."
Let's
talk about the stripes.
Yeah, they were
This
so
is-
cool.
This is fun. They came in 4 different colors.
Mhm,
They came in this blue, a tan, a yellow, and a pink.
mhm.
They were sold in a blue set,
Oh,
the pink set, the yellow set, and the brown set. But a lot of times they're also found in the mismatch sets.
Mhm.
I've only seen this match. I've never
Yep.
seen this.
And were those originally sold as mismatch sets?
I would think
Maybe?
so. So
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen like pictures of big table
Mhm.
displays at department stores where they had all the different bowls just set up, so you could buy you didn't have to buy it as a set. You could buy individual. bowls.
Individual.
So I'm wondering if the purchaser
Just put them
did
together.
So before everybody was kind of mixing and matching
It
on their
can't-
own, they might have done that at purchase time and said, like, I want one
Correct.
of each color.
That. Yeah, I mean, it could have been. There's a lot.
Oh, and it's
There's stuff
butterprint.
found in boxes. You know that's how it came. But when you see like a display like that at a department store, they had to have been able to just pick up that bowl and take it to the checkout because there's tons of
I'm
tons of
dying to know what is this?
So that's a kaleidoscope.
It is
from
a
the
kaleidoscope.
Corning Glass Museum.
Oh my
I
gosh,
just
look at
brought
that.
It's a really fun novelty piece.
What a fun piece from the Corning Glass Museum. So I wonder if these are all the different pieces of colors that are in there.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was fun.
That is fun. You
Because
don't
once
find something like
no,
that.
I was gonna say once you start getting a very big collection, you start looking for other
Big little
odd pieces to go with it.
A little adjacent items
Yes.
that kind of.
So everything we've talked about is pretty much American pattern.
That
Yes.
box is really cool.
Oh yes.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
That was for the font.
This was for the font for the lowercase. But it is a baking dish, 1970s, early 80s.
Time capsule piece. That's fun.
Now
80s.
let's talk about finding something in the box. It could double or triple the value
yeah.
of your set.
So we
And
have
everybo-
several over there in a
And everybody
box.
says, should we open the box? And we say, no,
No.
don't open it. Don't open it.
So it's funny because it says new for microwaves, Corning
Yes.
for microwaves.
Microwaves came out in the
So
70s.
this is late 70s, early 80s, 702 baking dish, oval baking dish. So yeah, in boxes. And we have several different ones over there that are in the boxes. We don't have any of these in the boxes. I think once we found a set in the box, didn't we? Crazy Daisy or the Spring Blossom.
Waiting for
It was a
call.
spring blossom.
One in the box.
It was a spring blossom. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, see on the back.
See, isn't that awful? I'm not even paying attention that I'm on TV. My production person has to tell me, hold it up. I'm not even paying attention. Ooh, what are people
This is
saying?
having fun.
So I've been lucky to find some cradles and tea light holders with a set. I believe they were promotional items.
Yes.
If you send us a photo of them, I can show her.
Yeah, I didn't bring any to share. So what this person is talking about, a cradle, would be a metal holder that your dish would sit in. A lot of times it had a little tea light on the bottom to keep your food warm.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, these pieces are completing your set. So sometimes the cradles are more expensive than the dish itself.
Right.
Because like we talked about with the
Mhm.
bracket for this, it gets lost in translation. It gets lost in cupboards. Maybe people got tired of using the cradle. They threw it away. They scrapped it for metal. So it's very
None of the
important.
plates are for sale. These are part of her professional, of her own personal collection.
That's my experience.
Yes, it's
But
really what it
she
is.
did say there might be rare pieces.
There-
similar at
there
the
might be
swap.
rare- do
you think
there'll be
Go to the
plates?
swap.
There probably will be. So if you check out, we have a Michigan vintage Pyrex
mouthful.
spring swap actual Facebook page.
Uh-huh.
There's some of our vendors are already sharing pictures of what they are bringing, and I have seen quite a few rare, nice pieces.
What I'll
I've seen
do-
a Starburst. I have seen lots
Oh,
of rare
nice.
stuff.
Yeah,
I'll
I was kinda
I'll connect that
scrolling
to
last
the
night.
I'll connect that to the show at the end, so that way people can follow and look.
Yeah, everybody can get a preview before
Yeah.
this weekend.
And then because she's dying for this plate. So now what we've talked about, this butter print, these ones, these are all American made.
Correct.
So
And none of the stuff we have talked about is considered hard to find or anything.
No.
Even though, so let's talk about terms of Pyrex.
mhm.
Now, if you're gonna look these up on eBay, you're gonna see these hold a very nice value, $1,200 to $1,500.
Mhm.
On their condition. These are in
Right.
beautiful condition in the shop, shiny pattern.
Mhm.
It's so wonderful.
It was
also
a
to
one of a
find-
time find.
It's also wonderful when you can find a whole set together. I mean, that
Mhm.
means like all this went through the whole paint department at the same time.
And it's
all gonna
Cinderella.
match. So, but it's not hard to find.
No.
The price is because it's sought after.
Mhm.
A lot of times these terms get thrown around to try to get more money out of things, but like a rare or hard to find piece is something that there's not many of them known.
There were a lot of these made you could buy.
Correct.
Right.
So Pyrex. So there's a
I'll
Hot
hold it
for
closer.
Pyrex guide, rare and hard to find.
I will hold it
The
closer.
book is as well, she said.
Well, the book shows the hard to
No, but I'm
find,
asking,
the
is
rare.
book hard to
The
find?
book is also hard to find. I think they do a couple different printings like once a year. You can usually get it through the Corning Glass Museum website.
Oh,
I think it's usually $50. But yeah, there's your orange butter.
Yeah.
The pumpkin butter print.
I'm looking because I opened right up to that, and then now I lost it, so I was
So
trying to
this
go
is an
back to
older
find
book.
it.
I think it's about 10 years old. So many things have changed in the Pyrex world. So many new
I already
pieces have
love
been
everything
found.
on the back.
But it's still a great guide
Oh yeah.
to get you started to, because most of the groups, people post a rare thing and they say, what is this? We don't know what it is. And it's a rare piece that they couldn't find anywhere online.
I love it because before we move on to more international,
Okay.
the international part of it, of the show, these are cute. This is an ornament.
Yes, I brought this. We received it as a gift this year.
Isn't that cool? I love it.
So us
I love
Pyrex
that you just
collectors
brought it. I just love
are-
that.
Like I said, this is my passion. This is my life. And a lot of people feel the same way. I mean, there are pins, t-shirts.
Oh yeah, tattoos.
Decals. I mean,
Yep.
yeah, artwork, ornaments, jewelry. Another cool thing is when your pieces are broken, there's some nice ladies on Etsy that make jewelry out of
the
broken
pieces,
That's
yeah.
nice. I've seen broken
Yeah.
china, but I mean,
Yeah.
that makes sense too.
So
because
is this
I don't
one,
know.
is this an American or is this an international?
Okay, so this is the rarest piece I own.
I'll let you
As
talk
of
about
right-
it. I will bring it up I will bring it up there.
As of right now, it's called an OOAK, one of a kind.
Okay.
Now, does that mean it's actually one of a kind? Probably not, because when things are getting manufactured,
They usually make
they
more than
usually
one.
make at least a test batch of something, which could be maybe 8, 10, 12 pieces. They wouldn't actually make just one.
That makes
So
sense.
it's not quite a prototype.
That makes sense.
Probably
It's-
they did a small run, and then would they send those to
A
like their
test.
their dealers or?
That's a great question because we don't know. And this is the awesome and most fun part of collecting Pyrex is there's so many unknown variables and so many new things are found all the time. Like this can't be explained. We don't
It's
understand.
like archaeology.
Yeah.
May I
Kitchen
show them
items.
closer?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you've got 2 pieces here, right?
So it's a hot plate. I didn't bring the
Mhm.
cord. You can see
Yep.
it plugs in.
Yep.
And it would have like a pitcher, a carafe,
Mhm.
whatever you call it.
Show it up here.
And it would be used to keep your tea, coffee warm when you're serving with guests.
Nice.
So there is another piece. It's called Compass. That is a production piece. It's a lot of it. You can find them, and it's the same setup as this.
So, and you said that was a lid to something as
So-
well.
Yeah. So I've been told by fellow collectors that this was actually the same lid that would have went with a Lucky in Love.
A Lucky in Love. Still, I've never
Oh, and
seen
they
that piece.
flipped it
and they flipped
used
it.
the same
Yep, it's a
glass mold.
Yeah. If you take a look,
Mhm.
you can go back
Yep,
up to the camera and
absolutely.
look. It's actually a Pyrex lid that they used. So this is it. I was gonna say one of the fun
Yeah, you
things
can
about
see it, right?
Pyrex too is
The
the
different-
lids. The just because it's an opal Pyrex,
right
they
there.
usually have clear glass lids with them.
Mhm.
The lids are you know, you can use them as hot pads, trivets, like all. You can use the lids for cutting on.
You can just
So
flip
it's
it
not
as like a tray almost.
right. You can't. It's not just the bowl. Like there's so many uses for these things.
It won't allow an image upload. She tried to upload the image. Send the image after, and I will send the image after. I'm all talking to my phone. Send the image after, and I'll upload it, and she'll see it.
So you had said that would have had a carafe, had a plug and a carafe.
Correct.
Now the carafe on that would have probably been clear glass, correct?
It would have been
Would you
clear
like it
glass,
back?
and oh, you're fine. And
Okay.
I would say it probably would have that little flower design on it.
I've come across the stands and the carafes a lot. I've never seen anything
Like
in
a
milk glass as a piece or an accessory.
Yeah.
Is that
hence the reason one of
uncommonness?
It's not common.
that is a cool piece. Is that your
I
pride
didn't
and
realize
joy?
it took a carafe till you said that.
No, but it's just the rarest
Close.
one I
The
own.
rarest one you
And
own.
so I'm really not an online shopper. I try to find everything like my
It's
feet
part
are
of
on
the
ground.
fun.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
So I had for some reason I just was scrolling eBay that night and saw that, and I got that for like $30.
Amazing.
And I could tell you I've maybe bought 50 pieces ever online, and I own about 10,000 pieces of glass.
Wow.
See, that's awesome. That means you're putting your feet to the ground and you're
somehow
finding it.
My Pyrex spider senses.
Yeah, just bring her to the right
Right
spot.
now.
He's got those
led
too.
me to that.
Okay, so now we have some let's go international, shall we? For
Yeah,
a minute.
I wanted to bring like a little sampling of some cool pieces from other countries because a lot of these things will be available at the Pyrex Swap.
Which one do you want me to grab for you?
Let's start with this one.
This one here?
Yes.
Okay. Do you need a
so
piece and I'll
pretty.
show them a
I love
piece?
You
that
can do
one.
it.
Okay.
So this, as you can notice, this piece is very colorful compared to what we would see in the American production. This piece is from England. It's called JAJ Pyrex. So somehow I'm not an expert on this. You can research this yourself, Google it, whatever. But but this is like a sister company to our American Pyrex. It is Pyrex. It's stamped Pyrex.
It is.
Now there have been pieces found that were made in America with the English designs on it.
Uh-huh.
So we know that there was some kind of experimentation going on here to coordinate with what was going on there. So somehow they license, I think, the production of the milk glass. And they did make some of the same patterns over there in England, but they took it to like a whole nother level.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I've never seen anything like this pattern.
So this is like a screen
fabulous.
printing of these colors.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, they've got very intricate stuff. You can look
They're
up.
going to see me
a
fall.
waterfowl set that has like little tiny ducks in like a hunting scene. They have a piece called Tally Ho. It's
I love it. Tally Ho.
Yeah, a hunt club, hunting foxes. So they've got a lot of interesting things. And
Hi, Ashley. You Rock by Maxell Morrison.
Oh, hi, Maxwell. He's going to be at the swap.
Lisa Ross says that. Do you know Lisa Ross?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I do too. We
That's
do
my
too.
bestie.
Oh, really?
Maxwell, Lisa, you guys are my best.
I love that. We've
Jason
known
was
Lisa.
making her nervous.
We've known.
Probably when he was scared.
Is that Lisa? We've known Lisa Ross for years.
Oh, yeah, me
yeah.
too.
So she and
She'll be there.
oh, will she?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, then she better stop in here to say hi. You better. No. And then what else do we have? Now you said this is England?
Yes, this is from England. So let's see. I think that's the only piece I brought from England.
Okay.
Now we are gonna go down under to Australia.
Australia.
Australia has, I'm not exactly sure how you would pronounce it. A G, A G E E.
A G. Yeah, either way you want to.
I mean,
maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what, Rachel? If you're watching, you're Australian. Tell us how to say it. I love that design, though.
And look how intricate it is.
Can you see
Or
the
almost
intricacy?
like
Mandala.
a Day of the Dead skull. If you
Yeah.
just see
So
the two.
I really want to say, America, you kind of like missed the mark on this because these other countries really have beautiful designs.
No kidding. So this is where?
This is from Australia.
Australia.
As well as this yellow oblong dish right here.
Yeah.
Now this is called flannel flowers. I guess that's
I love this.
That's gotta be a wildflower that grows in Australia.
Yeah, there's the.
Australia has some of the most beautiful, colorful patterns.
I mean,
Like
look at
bright,
this.
happy yellow. Very
While
pretty.
we were getting Old
That is
Orchard and
fabulous.
Homestead,
I know, right?
ugly brown
You were
hair
getting
too,
this.
They were getting this, and this
American
comes in
Gothic.
yellow, pink, and turquoise.
Ooh.
The turquoise
The
ones.
the turquoise one is stunning.
Yes.
Isn't that
Is it black
fabulous?
flowers on all the background colors, or
Uh,
are
And
flowers
there's
different
white.
colors?
So-
white.
I bet that's pretty.
This is gorgeous. Now, you found this here?
No, I ordered.
You
that
ordered
online.
this one online. Do you find that you find a lot of international Pyrex here?
So it's nice that you asked that because there was also Canadian Pyrex plants that worked with the American plants. So and they also produced. I'm not sure. I don't know. Jacqueline Goring, if you're out there, you will know. But I think they also produced some of the JAJ patterns there, and we do find a lot of like the Canadian Pyrex and the English Pyrex here because of Canada.
So the Canadian Pyrex and the English Pyrex, would they be the same kind of patterns?
Some of it was, and then some of it was also American.
Yeah, because
That's what I'm saying. In the collecting, like that's what's so fun about this.
Right.
It's so weird and
All the
so much
branches.
Yes.
Does that help
Mhm.
being in Michigan then with our
That's what I'm
proximity to
saying.
Canada?
Yes,
We got a
correct.
little more trickle
Yeah.
over than the rest of the US too.
Yes.
That's
Cool. So we have
So that was 2 examples of Pyrex
Australia.
from Australia.
Okay. What else do we have?
So we also have these little guys. They're ramekins. Now, if you are a Fire King collector, you might notice this shape. You can find
The
these in
scallop lids,
Yep.
tops.
So you can find that in Swiss Chalet and Fire King, and also Primrose.
Okay.
Now these are called Rigapole.
Look at that. Both are
These are
snowflakes,
made,
right?
Yep, made in South America.
South America.
Now, what's interesting is these 2 little pieces right here are strictly South American patterns.
Brazil or Brazil?
Rigapole, Brazil.
Yep.
Now, these are actually snowflakes patterns from the United States.
Yeah, I was going to
You
say
can-
I recognize those.
There you go. You can find,
Mm-hmm.
and not the pink, but you can find,
Same form.
The teal.
decoration.
Right.
correct.
Yep. I love
So-
that.
So that's
great.
what's interesting is they clearly had some kind of talks with the American plants,
Right.
some kind of licensing agreement or something, because they also came in other shapes and colors down in Brazil than they would have in the United States. And the other interesting thing is this is a Fire King mold.
Yeah.
So see the mysteries.
And
Yeah.
Fire
see
King,
the things that keep me up at night.
and because Fire King is not under the umbrella of Corning.
No,
No,
Fire King
it's
is
not.
own
It's its
company.
own
Anchor
company.
Hocking and Fire King. So
Yep.
Now, couldn't it have been that the American manufacturers were selling blanks to the foreign companies
that's
that
actually
did the decorating there on
You're right.
site? in the
That's
other
actually
country?
a very common in the glass collecting community and the other glass companies, especially like depression glass, clear stuff like this.
Right.
A lot of companies would make a blank pattern and then send it to a third party that could do like acid etching on them or a painting on them.
Oh, okay.
You know, doing the
Very
And That's
cool.
what they
So-
did in the early 20th century
Correct,
with
yes.
pottery painting classes. And
correct. So like what you're suggesting is Fire King sold all these milk glass ones. They could have got sent down to Brazil and then they could have applied their own pattern there in their own plant.
Oh, yeah. So,
but without trying
it's all
to,
conjecture.
and
yeah.
we're trying to translate stuff. So I found a site where you can buy it from, but I don't speak Spanish.
But and if
So
it's from
I'm
Brazil,
trying to, I don't,
it's probably Portugal.
or well, whatever.
Portuguese.
Whatever. I can't translate.
No,
I don't know how to
because
get
they'll
it
jump
right.
back and forth from Japanese, from Spanish to Portuguese,
Yeah,
and it will
so
drive.
I'm-
Yeah.
It's just another mystery.
So then we have another country.
So these are made by I want to say it right. Termoray.
Thermal ray.
Yes. Oh, this one's also made in Brazil, but they're found in Mexico. a lot.
Thermal ray. Yeah.
And you can see these 3 patterns are American Pyrex patterns.
Never saw the blue one,
These are tiny versions
but
of
I
spring
love
blossom.
yeah,
And this is woodland.
woodland. Yeah, and there's some in the window.
But
Woodland.
you can see these 2 bowls are completely different sizes than Pyrex.
Oh, absolutely. And there you can see the term.
And you guys, I was gonna say, you can see also
Thermal
that this
ray.
milk glass is not as thick.
No.
More translucent.
Yeah.
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 So
Oh, you
the
can
different
see.
colors.
You can see through it.
Almost,
Or
yeah.
reddish almost, too.
Yeah. This is the American
Correct.
spring
Version Spring
blossom. For those of you, it's also considered crazy daisy.
Well, and it's
Don't
the
call it
same.
crazy daisy.
That's
It's
what
the
we get
same
asked every
size
time we
pattern,
walk
it's
in.
the Corelle matching, but different green.
Correct.
Every
Slightly
single
off.
person who walks in looking for this calls it crazy daisy. And I know it's
a
spring
colloquial
blossom.
term that is
Mhm. Spring blossom, you guys. This is a coordinate
Correct.
yes.
to that. And right behind you is
So-
Corelle coordinates.
Yes. So in the 70s,
Mhm.
Pyrex, Corningware, developed Corelle. Now, what Corelle is, it has 3 layers of glass. It's a clear glass, a layer of the milk glass, the white glass, and then another layer of the clear glass on top.
Mhm.
It's called
I
like
didn't know that.
vitriol. I believe.
Vitrification.
Yes. And you spent a lot of time figuring this out. And then they did a ton of marketing on this, and they started promoting it with the same
Mhm.
patterns as the Pyrex glass bowls. And this stuff blew up in the 70s.
And that's what everybody
80s.
comes in and looks for.
Yeah,
That-
how many people ate off of this plate?
If not that plate, then this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
You all grew up. You went to you went to grandma's house, you went to your auntie's house, you went
And
to a
this
picnic,
is the Corning. This is the Pyrex.
and this is Corelle.
And that
So
is
they were
Corelle.
probably branching off of
Mhm.
long-standing, like grandma had her.
It's smart
dishes
business.
for
It's
decades
very
already,
smart.
and was already using her kitchenware. And they said, "Well, let's add on to
Exactly. And
the
Corning
offerings."
is always trying to figure out how to make something better.
Right.
So I mean, these are so indestructible.
Ah,
Mhm.
they
However,
do.
When they shatter, they
When
shatter.
it's dust.
They do, but they're so
It takes a
indestructible.
minute.
I mean, look
Mhm.
at this is from the 70s. Look how beautiful
Yeah.
the pattern is. You can
Yep.
stick
I
these in the
dropped
dishwasher.
one
Yeah.
right on the edge in my mother's kitchen.
And every
Sit
piece
on.
went
Don't
flying.
breathe it in. Don't breathe it in.
No.
Shattered into lightning bolts.
And don't let anybody in the
Shards
kitchen.
that were
Yeah,
the
it's
length of
crazy.
the plate.
But like,
But see, our age bracket, we were like 8, 9, 10 when those came out, and we were eating chicken nuggets
Yep.
and throwing
Yep.
them off the floor on the microwave. And
I'm going to tell you, as a very knowledgeable Pyrex collector, crazy spring blossom. I call it crazy daisy only because we're asked for that
it's
continuously.
fine.
Spring blossom, and then this is remind me golden butterfly, right?
Butterfly gold.
Butterfly gold. Our bread and butter. We
Absolutely.
literally have to have it all the time.
Listen, that is everybody's gateway drug.
It is.
That was
They-
my gateway drug.
I love that.
Her kitchen
My
is
whole
all
kitchen
spring
is
blossom.
all spring blossom.
That would be a great clip. That a gateway drug is right here.
Okay, but what's so great about this is because there's so much of it made, it's very affordable.
It
It's
is
very easy to find.
absolutely,
So it's fun.
absolutely.
And it's usable.
Yeah, use it.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, how very smart Corning, Pyrex, Corelle was. All the people that were marketing in the 70s and 80s
Mhm.
there, they made so many pieces. Now, like you held up the butter dish.
Yes.
They started making so many different pieces
Mhm.
to go with these collections because, like you said, Pyrex is so great, so indestructible.
Mhm.
You had to get people to buy more. And
Yeah.
how could you do that?
If they already had all the pieces that
If
were
you-
available.
If you already had the bowl
Different
set,
forms.
Yeah.
maybe you wanted a plate.
Correct.
And if you had plates, you needed bowls.
Yep.
And why not have 8 different sizes of spring blossom Corelle bowls?
Yep, because there are.
Because there are.
And then the offshoot things like iced tea pitchers.
Yeah,
and
yes.
Which I do have the
Platters.
butterfly gold
Yeah.
iced tea
And we
picture
have-
up there.
And there's teacups.
Mhm.
And there's a
Yeah.
teacup in Pyrex glass. There's a teacup in Corelle. There's a
Mhm.
teacup in the Corningware. I mean, they were just marketing geniuses.
Did we get everything here? Just
We
trying
can
to
talk
think if
about-
we.
branching into now fantasy patterns with the Gooseberry Fire King.
That is a
monsters we
fantasy.
made.
Monsters.
Okay. This is a fantasy pattern. We will do that on clear glass. Like this is just probably a glass bake. It's probably not even a.
Is it fire?
I think it's Fire
It could be Fire King.
King.
A Fire King plain white Fire King mug. Gooseberry did not make a lot,
Correct.
and
Everybody
so
loves it.
but
Look at the
everybody
pink.
loves it. So we do something that's called, where are they? Where we will put
So here,
No,
I'll
no,
give
no.
you some to show.
Give me those.
No? What? These.
These.
That's where we get ours.
Yeah.
From, but gotta
where we get these and we'll put them on there, but they are not sold as Pyrex. We do not build them as Pyrex.
No, we're very transparent. These
Very
are
transparent.
Either new or vintage looking patterns.
Or
Some of them
if-
are newly invented.
Very mushroom.
Yeah. Or if there's something that you
Yeah.
have that would
Like
look nice
seriously,
on the wall
lovely.
or up top with it, next to it, like you've got a white bowl and the spot for it, but you don't have any more gooseberry. A set of glasses up there,
And
just
we
to have
will-
as an
right.
addition.
We can apply them in store for anybody that finds
Mhm.
that daunting because we've had a lot of practice. We
'Cause it's
have a few
scary.
artists we find them from. They will print us different colors. There's holiday ones that never used to exist in the actual vintage world. For example, I made myself one. I took a white Fire King bowl
Mhm.
and it's reminiscent of gooseberry, but it's black leaves, and then the berries are orange jack-o'-lantern
Yes,
faces.
I've seen
Yep.
those.
So I made myself
That's
some
right,
Halloween
guys.
Pyrex.
That's right,
and
yeah.
I love it crosses over my love of vintage holiday and my love of vintage kitchen, and you can kind of do your own. So you can order the decals through us. You can bring in your own existing pieces. We will put them on
Yep.
as well. So
Absolutely.
It's a fun way to kind of branch out.
And
So,
it's a
go
fun
ahead.
way to save just a boring piece of milk.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. 'Cause
Absolutely.
Those are so cheap. So
Yeah.
And everybody's
Continue to
got
add it to the rest of
yeah,
your.
give it some new life.
and everybody's got random cups sitting at home
Oh,
that
yeah.
you can easily put a new life on and have a great.
or even like a planter
display.
for your, a pot for your plants.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They could do that too.
So I'm going to go through the line here because we're coming to the end. What is your favorite pattern? Is it that one, or what is your favorite pattern overall?
I honestly, Spring Blossom is like my ride or die. That was one that kind of
Mhm.
started me, so I'd say that is up there. I also really like Atomic Eyes.
Oh, me
Which
too.
was stunning.
Mhm.
Atomic Eyes and Blue Diamonds, I like a
And
lot
Blue
as well,
Diamonds?
but the balloon, I don't know. I'm kind of
Torn on
torn.
which one.
Kind of torn.
So maybe they're all can be your favorite.
Exactly.
I'm a butterprint girl.
Butterprint girl.
I love it.
I love that I love that somebody who is so knowledgeable and does so much in Pyrex.
The standby.
You love the standby. That is just
I
fantastic.
told you I still squeal when I find it.
Yep.
That's the fun part.
Nikki?
I love pink gooseberry,
Uh-huh.
but that's never going to be my decor.
Right.
So, like, I appreciate it. I think it's the cutest thing in the world.
Mhm.
Get that.
My favorite set I should have brought. I have the autumn color stack bowls. So it's
Okay.
like brown, orangish,
Americana.
rusty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like the primary set, but fall colors with the
Yep.
white rim. I love them to death, and I do haul autumn leaf for my Thanksgiving
Mhm.
table, so they court.
Cute.
Oh, perfect. Steve?
I'm partial to the sunflower, but I like any of the more psychedelic, more 60s, 70s kind of iconic patterns.
I do too, and I know there's patterns that I haven't seen yet, but Atomic Eye.
No,
I know,
so
it's
you
a
guys
good
need to
one.
look it up. It's called pop art. There is
Okay,
there's only one known.
I just love the name.
It,
What does it
whatever
look
you're
like?
imagining, that's what it looks like. It's
Okay,
like
so
Peter
pop art's my
Max.
favorite.
It looks like
Okay,
Peter Max.
even better
Yeah,
yet.
that's right
That's
up
my
our
favorite
alley.
since I have Peter
it's,
Max.
It's colors like. I can't, just look it up, guys. There's only
Oh, I
like one
will.
picture of it on the
What's it
internet.
called?
That color
Pop
palette's
art.
beautiful.
Pop art.
Yeah, that was.
You
the
know
other
what?
thing
Andy probably has it.
I also do love that you mentioned purple was so hard.
Uh-huh.
The American Pyrex never made anything in purple,
Nothing.
Wow.
but Australia's got you covered, guys.
Oh, then I'd
We're
have
all
to
gonna
see
be
purple.
feverishly googling
Yeah.
after
Okay.
this episode, like looking up what else we can find.
So the event is this Saturday,
Yes, it is.
and it is located at the VFW, and we can pop up some of the tips real quick. It is located at VFW Bruce Post at 28404 Jefferson St. Clair Shores, Michigan 48081. It is open from 11 to 3.
Yes, so the public we are open 11 to 3.
And we are popping up on here. We're delayed on my phone. So these are tips and hints. Would you like to read them, or would you like me to?
You can go ahead.
Okay. So some of the helpful tips for shoppers are past events have drawn crowds with eager shoppers lining up well before the doors open. Early arrival is recommended if you want first dibs on finds.
Also, the first person in line gets a swag bag from me.
Ooh.
Ooh, and it's
So
gonna,
you
you
guys
know
can
it's gonna have
find it out.
cool.
All the more
You know
reason
it's gonna have
you
cool
can
stuff in it.
Sleep in
Won't
your
have Amish
cars the
butterprint
night
though.
before.
No.
I will say, I think Jessica showed videos. I think there was like 60 people in line last time.
Yes.
Wow. So get there early, you guys. It opens at 11 o'clock.
At your house.
And I was on a
So
side
let me,
street.
yeah, get there early. The event is, I already said where the entrance is located in the back.
Correct. Yes, it is.
Multiple parking lots are available on site. This is at the VFW hall. There is, you guys will see.
There's going to be, we have a big sign on there, LED marquee, and we will have a lot of signs up and down Jefferson with balloons.
And
So
wherever
miss
you
us.
see all the cars, that's where it's at.
All with a lot of people.
Be sure to bring smaller bills if paying with cash. Helping vendors avoid running low on change goes a long way. That is so true. I remember that when we would do shows, make sure that you have small bills because not all vendors will be able to break $100 bills.
Is there an ATM at the venue?
So
That's a good one, too.
There is an ATM.
Okay.
She said it only spits out 20s.
If some of you, if you only want to pay by hundreds, just know that everything's going to cost $100 or more. No, I'm kidding. Bring along reusable tote bags and even a rolling cart. Vintage dishes can be heavy. And do you store? Do they store
Yeah,
while they lock?
absolutely. If you buy like a 4-piece set from one of us, most of us will bring boxes. We'll pack it all up for you. We'll hold it at our tables on your way out.
But to have some packing materials in your car just in case it helps. But first and foremost, this is a swap. So one of the things that you want to do is if you have some old Pyrex pieces at home, right?
Yes.
Bring them.
Yeah, the spirit of this entire event is collectors trying to help each other complete their sets and get pieces they want.
So trading duplicates.
Yep,
Exactly.
Yeah. A lot of times the trades have no money involved. So even though you weren't a vendor and we did all our trading before you got there at 11 o'clock, you are more than welcome to bring pieces in and try to trade it with vendors. And a lot of us are happy to do that.
Absolutely.
That's fun.
So I have to thank you guys. I mean, you guys went above and beyond. I mean, this is eye candy here. This is, tell me your names again.
Jessica Corelle
And Ashley Hafer.
So you will see them both at the Pyrex Swap. I'm combining names. On Saturday. So tell them you saw the show if you see it. Steve, you want to have a seat with me real quick so we can end the show?
I was just gonna ask
Oh,
one
yes.
thing. When I first started getting back into this, before I started really selling, we moved out to Bloomfield Hills and I started going to Dixieland Flea Market. I don't know if you were familiar with this, but I used to shop the parking lot all the time. That's where I found good stuff. But if I ever had to use the restroom, I had to go inside, and the inside was a bit of a hole. So,
You've been there.
To the Pyrex lady in the back?
No, I've been to Dixieland.
Oh, yeah.
Punchline.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, it wasn't
What
ability.
joke were you doing?
No, I was getting to it.
Oh.
But as I would only go in to use the restroom, and right next to the restroom, there was a woman that had like 3 booths, and it was just nothing but those gray metal shelves with the gray metal straps across the back to hold them. And each shelf, she had 3 booths. She probably had 40 or 50 of those shelving units. And each shelf had 6 to 8 sets of nesting Pyrex.
Oh, wow.
And it was just, she probably had 300 or 400 different
I don't know if
sets,
she's still there.
and that's all she sold. And all I remember, and this is what makes me think of it, is I would walk past there in a rush to get to the bathroom because I waited too long out in the parking lot to come in, and I just rush by and be like, why the fuck would anybody just sell Pyrex? And I just go on my way, and I'd come out and I'd just be shaking my head, just looking.
Little did you
Why?
know it would be
I
so
couldn't understand.
Why
because-
because you bought all of it?
Oh, now, but I wonder if like that's an urban legend or anything you've ever heard of. This woman
She had
that
a
had
ton.
like 200-300 sets of
Yeah.
Pyrex
Wow.
available on any given
She was
day on the
ahead.
weekend.
She
And
was
this
ahead
was
of
way
me.
back. We're talking 15 years ago,
No,
maybe.
we're talking
Longer than
03,
that,
04
Yeah,
when we moved to that area.
Yeah,
We moved
but
to
it was
Bloomfield Hills.
okay. But so I don't know if she's still there.
Oh, I'm sure
And
she's not.
if she's smart, she sold off a lot of her
But it was
Pyrex.
just crazy. I just
Christine
couldn't
Platt,
believe.
Oh, from Florida.
love you gals. It's going to be an amazing swap.
Yeah.
So you have
You guys
people
are flying
watching.
people
I
from
love
all
it.
over. I love
Yes.
Yeah,
I
Christine
just-
has traveled here
She-
in the
yeah, she
past
flies
from
here.
Florida.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Her carry-on is literally just Pyrex.
I love that.
On her
I
lap
can't-
with a
hey.
seatbelt on it.
Last time we were in
Yes.
California, we went shopping. Are you kidding me? I carried on a cookie jar and carried it the whole way.
Christine.
You
Yep.
carried it?
I
So-
carried the cookie jar. You didn't. You think back. I carried it.
And
You were the one
Christine,
who told me I wouldn't
Mhm.
make it.
Christine Plant is a fun collector because she's like me. She has to have one of every piece.
Oh, really?
So like when you see, the Butterprint has like 25 pieces.
the
for
whole
example.
catalog.
She has a Pyrex room. It's a museum.
I love that.
It's beautiful.
I love that.
Send
Ashley?
because we can always
Yes.
post
Oh,
them the next couple
absolutely.
Yeah,
days. We would
Christine,
love
send them
Caitlin, right?
pictures.
Jessica.
Jessica.
Yeah, we would love to show. If you guys want to send us either message us or message her, we'll post them on our page.
Absolutely.
Your collections, we'd love to see.
Ashley, Jessica, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
for having
coming.
us.
Oh,
This was really fun.
absolutely. I'm
Fantastic.
totally excited
We
about
love
it.
talking about Pyrex.
All right. You ready to have a seat?
Mhm.
All right. So Can you believe that? I mean, all the stuff that they have and the excitement they have around all of the different Pyrex patterns. You know what? This is somebody who loves what they do. And when you love what you do, it is no longer work. Isn't that correct?
It's so
The mic's
true.
still over there. So,
It's so true.
and I need to get it if you want to hear him. So, no, can you hear him? Okay. All right. So, we're going to pop up a picture, one more picture of Memorial, the Memorial Day parade of me dancing, and you will be able to see that. I have a 12-minute video, like I said earlier, that will never be seen. And we just had a great time, didn't we?
Mhm.
And what did you think of all the Pyrex?
Quite amazed.
I'm blown away by what's there.
A lot to look for.
Yes. Now his mind's a going. His mind's a going. So, anyways, jump on out. This will be, you can watch this whenever you want. This will be on Amazon tomorrow, and we'll have some cool clips thrown out at the on Instagram and TikTok and all those. But what you need to do is you need to get up Saturday. You need to get over to the VFW Bruce Post on it's on Jefferson. On Jefferson. Be there by 9 o'clock waiting for it to open if you want
There
those.
will be people in line.
There will be. There'll be people in line probably at 6 o'clock waiting to get in there because Pyrex people, they love their stuff and they will stop at nothing to get it.
And it's not just Pyrex. There'll be swap.
Oh, it'll be everything.
Yeah, anything
Yeah,
that
we
vintage
get into the
clothes.
glass.
It's a swap meet for the most part.
Yep.
Yeah. So you'll find different. You may even find toys and clothing. You said vintage, but toys and clothing. Yep. So check it out because it's going to be a lot of fun over there. So anything else you have? No, we have a lot. Yeah.
Everybody's social medias are growing. We kind of talked about that earlier. Our followers, go give their like or their pages, their group a like. Same thing, vice versa. If you guys could send
them absolutely
followers,
Yeah,
and let's see
because
if boost in
if
likes and follows.
Yeah, if you're coming to the swap, you have to stop here. We send every year. We have sent people,
and
here.
we thank you very
We're
much.
lucky
for
to be
that.
down the road from you guys.
I think 2 miles, maybe not even.
Not
2
even.
miles, guys. You can ride your bike
It
there.
is
So.
right down the road.
So just like that swap, we have everything. So come on in and take a look. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show. We had a lot of people on asking questions. I encourage you on all of our shows, ask questions because I'll read it. I'll get you guys involved. So we will look at possibly having another show with them here soon, maybe after, see how it went.
Or even do
lots of other stuff.
her collection at her house.
Or maybe we'll come walk your house with you. Anyways, you guys have a good night and we will see you next week. Same time, same place.
Have a good week, everyone.
Yep.